On October 23, 2025, something remarkable happened inside the Vatican. Today, we're going to look at 10 key facts that help us understand one of the most powerful and surprising moments of our time. When Pope Leo XIV and King Charles III prayed together inside the Sistine Chapel. Let's get right into it. Fact 1. 500 years of division. For almost 5 centuries, the Catholic Church and the Church of England have walked separate paths. The split began in 1534, when King Henry VIII broke away from Rome and declared himself head of the Church of England. That act changed the course of Christian history. And ever since, Catholics and Anglicans have lived with that wound, sometimes with respect, sometimes with pain. This prayer between the Pope and the King was not just a polite gesture. It was a moment that touched that very wound, with hope. Fact 2. The King's double role. King Charles III is not only the monarch of the United Kingdom, he's also the supreme governor of the Church of England. So, when he stood beside the Pope, it wasn't only one leader visiting another, it was the head of the Anglican Church standing next to the successor of St. Peter. That's why this moment carried such deep spiritual meaning. Fact 3. The location. The Sistine Chapel. The Sistine Chapel is not just another room in the Vatican, it's the heart of Catholic prayer and art, where popes are elected, under Michelangelo's stunning frescoes of creation and the Last Judgment. To see an Anglican monarch praying, there is something unheard of. It's history, beauty, and faith converging in one sacred moment. So, fact 4. A gesture without precedent. Never before has a reigning English monarch prayed together with a pope inside the Sistine Chapel. For centuries, that would have been unthinkable. But now, in quiet reverence, it happened. And that's why many call this encounter a step toward healing, not just a meeting of 2 leaders. Fact 5. The meaning of the Pope's title. The word Pope comes from the Latin pontifex, which means bridge builder. And that's exactly what this prayer was, a bridge between 2 communities that have shared the same gospel but not the same altar. In that silence, centuries of division were met with one small act of unity. Fact 6. The power of shared prayer. When Christians pray together, something sacred happens. It's not about erasing differences. It's about letting love speak louder than history. This was not a negotiation, not a performance. It was a moment of grace, a living reminder that unity begins, not with agreements, but with adoration. Fact 7. The role of the faithful. Ecumenism, the journey toward unity, doesn't depend only on popes or kings. It begins with us, in families, in friendships, in every parish and community where Catholics and Anglicans live side by side. The Pope and the King gave us a model. Now it's our turn to follow that example by praying for one another and by seeing Christ in one another. Fact 8. Shared love for creation. Both Pope Leo and King Charles have spoken for years about protecting our common home, the environment. During their meeting, they exchanged identical orchids. It wasn't decoration, it was a declaration that caring for creation is part of our faith. To defend the earth is to honor the Creator. To care for creation is to protect life itself. Fact 9. The impact across the Christian world. This prayer sent ripples across the globe. Leaders from many Christian traditions, Catholic, Anglican, and Orthodox, expressed joy and hope. They saw in this encounter a living echo of the prayer of Jesus, that they may all be one. It reminded the world that division is not destiny, healing is possible, and prayer is where that healing begins. Druti, your Fact 10. Ecumenism is a journey, not a finish line. The Second Vatican Council taught that the road to Christian unity is a process of conversion and dialogue. It's not something that happens in a single day or with one event. This prayer in the Sistine Chapel doesn't mean that all divisions are gone, but it means something has begun. Again, a step forward, guided by faith, humility, and hope. So, what happened that day wasn't just history. It was faith in motion. A pope and a king stood before God, not as rivals, but as brothers in prayer. And maybe that's the message we all need today, that faith can still heal what history once broke. If this touched your heart, share this video with someone who might want to understand why this moment matters. And I'd love to hear from you. Do you agree with this act of unity? What's your opinion about this gesture? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to follow Catholic Snack for more stories that reveal the beauty, depth, and hope of the Catholic faith. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.